What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half your dynamic duo Twisted alongside Brother Pyro.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
And we are recapping night 1 of WrestleMania. As always, I'm going to start off this with, just to be safe, a headphone warning. I know you. I know how loud you can get.
It's Mania season, baby.
Yeah. So, from now on, when it comes to bigger pay-per-views, we will be starting off immediately with a headphone warning.
Might reissue it throughout the episode as well.
Yes. Okay. Do you want to just kickstart this right off the bat?
All right, starting off the weekend of the Showcase of the Immortals, Night 1, Match 1, Austin Theory defends against John Cena. This match was all right.
I gotta say, my biggest thing, I did not like Theory's entrance at all.
No, it was very basic, very... Like, they did nothing special with it.
No.
It's WrestleMania. You do something special. You do something special. You always do something special. Cena, they did something special, and they brought out all those Make-A-Wish kids, because he has the most Make-A-Wish is granted.
He is at over 600.
Oh yeah, he has the most in that place's history.
Yes.
Awesome. That is the one. That is the main reason he was never turned heel yet.
Yeah, I know. It was still great that they did that.
No, that was something super special, super cute.
Mm-hmm.
High-fived everybody around. Got in very G.I. Joe-esque. With the Titantron, with the new shirt.
Yep.
Loved it. Loved every second of it. But now let's get into the match itself.
Very mediocre.
Theory maintained the advantage for most of the match. Cena made him look like a god.
Oh yeah.
Cena, when he did, make his comeback, get his bearings back under him, did have a nice onslaught of offense. However, at one point, the referee knocked out.
Yes.
With a referee, Cena would have won this match.
Yes.
Because immediately after, he gets Theory in the STF, and Theory does tap.
Mm-hmm.
However, upon realizing this man is tapping, why don't I hear a bell? He sees ref's knocked. Uh-oh. Theory with the low blow. A-Town down. Walks out of WrestleMania, still United States champion.
I'm very mad that it ended because of a low blow.
Yeah, no, I am too. However, Theory screwed on Monday.
He is.
He has a lot to answer for on Monday. And Cena told him, whether you win or lose, Monday after Mania, you are facing the most hostile crowd in pro wrestling, most vulgar, most judgmental, most vocal crowd in all of wrestling history by yourself. You don't have me to help you.
No.
You don't have anybody else. It is you and this crowd.
It is you and you alone. You're screwed.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why Cena initially said no.
And he really did say, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you.
Because he knew alone Theory couldn't handle himself.
And Theory really can't.
No. He can't cut a halfway decent promo. If that.
And he did it. And he cut an empty arena promo. And still.
Had crickets.
Had nothing. But yeah, it wasn't a very long match either. So. Hence why we don't have a lot of notes on this one. It was a super short match.
Super short.
All the notes were what we gave you.
Again, very, very mediocre.
Yeah.
I would say. Next match following that, Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders versus Alpha Academy. I was really surprised, to say the least, when we didn't see Maximum Male Models coming out before, Otis.
Yeah, they'll get their man, okay? They'll get their man.
I kind of figured you'd see maybe them in the crowd poking some outside interference and kind of, breaking up Alpha Academy.
They will get Otis.
But I did like, and I know we were talking about this with NXT, that they did let every man start in this match.
Yes, again, something that you don't really see too often. You got a representative from each team
yeah.
starting the match. So now again, I have to get to my partner to save my own behind instead of just get to a corner to get to a corner.
Yes. There was a very shocking moment that Flash called out and did kind of freak out about when Braun Strowman went to the top rope.
And it's funny because I'm playing 2K and I'm remaking for a guy from iRise, and he told me to pick the super heavyweight class. And we had made the joke the night before of
Yes.
no, that's not going to work. Why? Picture Braun Strowman being a top rope guy, and he just lost his mind. And then Strowman goes out and does it anyway. Strowman, you're making my argument look invalid.
Well, apparently Strowman's the only one that could make your argument look invalid. I mean, aside from the Viking Raiders, who do a lot of flips in the ring, they do a lot of tumble tricks, but they don't really go top rope very often.
No.
They're very heavy. I'm very curious to see what happens between Valhalla and the Viking Raiders, as she was kind of the one that ended up costing them possibly a win in this match, where she told one of the Vikings to go backwards and jump off the rope instead of keeping his eye forward and on the ball.
I don't think anything's really going to happen there.
I mean, you never know.
Because then if it creates that divide, you got to remember she is married to one of them.
Well, yes, but it could create the divide of get away from our tag team.
Fair.
Go and be a single star. Go do your own stuff.
Right. Fair.
Picking up the win in a very impressive fashion.
Definitely creating a case for why they should be in the tag team title picture, because winner of this match, this had to help them kind of climb those rungs.
Mm-hmm. Were the Street Profits.
Let's go! Docs, you got some much needed retribution for your Cincinnati Bengals from a couple years ago.
So I'm very excited to see, like you said, this should put them at
a future title shot at some point.
Yes, I do agree.
In the near future,
I'm hoping so. I very much am.
All right, next match on the card: social media sensation. Social media megastar.
Mm-hmm.
A man who really should be doing this full time and give up the social media career because he's a lot better at this. I will stand on that.
Continue.
Logan Paul taking on Seth freaking Rollins. Mm-hmm. This was a great match. I love that he came out with the Prime mascot.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. And this match really was about respect.
Yes.
Logan has all the talent in the world, and Seth has openly admitted to that, but Seth has also stated, we don't want you here because
you haven't paid your dues.
You pretty much haven't paid your dues. You're not doing this for the benefit of our product. You're doing this for yourself. Mm-hmm. You're being selfish. You're trying to get your work. You're doing a work for yourself. You're trying to get yourself over.
Yes.
That is it. There isn't anything really much else for this. No. This was you have not earned the right to be in our locker room. And that is why we don't want you here. This is why the crowd doesn't necessarily want you around. It's not because you lack talent. It's not because you lack charisma. It's not because you lack this or that.
It's because you haven't paid your dues.
You haven't done you haven't put in the work.
Yes. You were handed this essentially to come in and get the occasional watchers to be invested.
You are really, he really is the definition of get the casual fan to get our product. And he's doing a really good job of that.
He is.
But I do see, as a diehard wrestling fan,
you see where Seth is coming
from. I see where Seth is coming from. I know it. This was, if you remember a few years ago, this was Adam Cole's issue with Pat McAfee.
Yes. And that was a beautiful match.
He tried to say, "Oh, I know what you're going through. I understand the pain. I, built a ring in a warehouse and train for a few weeks. And Nicole was like, no, you don't know what I'm talking about. You
No.
don't know what I'm going through week in and week out. Because this isn't just I made the drunk decision,
Yeah.
decided a few weeks, and then call it a quits. This is day in, day out for me.
Yes.
On
Most
the
definitely.
road, 300 days a year.
Mm-hmm.
You get 2 months at home.
Yeah. No, I get it. And
Like, and that is my biggest I think that's why, like, looking at it from a fan's perspective, looking at it through their eyes, because I did do the training.
yeah, you did a bit of training.
Yes, I will never say I can understand what they're going through. I know it sucked. I know it hurt. Everything about it though was worth it. And if I could have kept going, I would have. But financially, it just wasn't in
the cards.
In the cards.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, I totally get it.
But
again, a story of respect. There was a lot of great offense and defense on both sides. They had their moments to shine. There was a lot of times where you thought that Logan was going to be the one to pin, to submit, to do pretty much anything. Getting to the end of the match, we have the Prime mascot holding Seth on the Spanish announce table.
At this point, he is revealed to be YouTube star KSI.
I just entirely forgot the name, so I'm gonna apologize for that. He is KSI. He holds Seth there, and has his phone out to make Seth go viral. And at the last second, while Logan is being cocky on the top rope,
drinking his prime, not paying attention,
Seth switches him and KSI, and he lands on KSI. Seth rolls him into the ring and essentially gets the curb stomp and the win.
It is.
I think
it is justice. One, he needed it, and I think it is just a lot of justice for the men and women in the back that literally
do this day in and day out.
Day in, day out, put in the work 365, 24/7, and give up so much. I think that's why, and again, I think that's why I take it to heart when people like just dismiss.
Yeah, I mean, I entirely agree. And one of the things is, even beforehand, when we were watching like the promo packages for this, it was Logan Paul saying, I don't work for free. I don't do this in small arenas. If it had more money, if it had a bigger star power, yeah, I'd do it. But, you know, these guys, they started in gymnasiums.
High school gyms and church parking lots.
Yes. Because this is something that they love.
This was never about the money. This was about the passion.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't the work to get myself over.
All right. Going into our next match, we had the 6-women tag team match. Women's tag team champions Becky and Lita, along with Trish Stratus, taking on Damage Control, consisting of Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. I have to say, I didn't understand Becky, Trish, and Lita's entrance at first until, you know, it kind of hit me that this was more Sin City-esque entrance. So it did take a little while, and I will apologize.
It was very superhero comic booky.
It was absolutely beautiful. But we get down to the ring.
Trish's homage to her WrestleMania gear the last time they went Hollywood, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And also the last time that they went Hollywood was the last time that Lita was at a WrestleMania as well. So very big full circle for these women, I would say, kind of showing that they helped put these names.
They paved the way for this.
They paved the way, more or less. I apologize. My brain is obviously going down right now. There was a lot of beautiful moments between Damage Control and kind of keeping it one-sided with Becky on their side of the ring. There was also a point where Lita was also cornered, and there wasn't much in-ring action via Trish. I have to say. And not that I'm mad. I wish I would have had just a little bit more because I know she can do it. But I'm really surprised at the fact that there was more off of Becky and Lita than there was Trish, you know?
Well, I mean, considering you really just brought Trish in there for the feel good moment.
Mhm.
I mean, there's no disrespect for her because she's still insanely talented, insanely great shape, still smoking hot. But think about it: who if I'm WWE, who do I want to showcase more? The Hall of Fame famer that maybe once every I can get convinced to take a match once every like 18 months, or my tag champions
Well, I mean, the same can be said about Lita with her.
who is
Even
currently holding a title.
currently, yes, but we have no clue how long that's going to last.
Yes, but you get the point I'm trying to make.
No, I understand fully. I do. You know, we saw the usual throughout this match. There wasn't anything very big or very banger about this match. You got to see the small high spots from either side. You got to see everybody hit their finishers on everybody, which is a per usual thing in these types of matches. You know, I'm going to lay out everybody in the ring because I'm going to hit my finisher on one for them to hit their finisher on me and vice versa.
And, continue going around until we see them.
Yeah. But picking up the win, Becky, Lita, and Trish, this was, I said it during it, I will say it again, and I've said it 1,000,001 times. This was more of a mediocre match. There was nothing really impressive about it.
All right, well, moving on to Inner Turmoil, Very Big Bad Blood, Family versus Family, Dominic and his freshly crowned Hall of Fame father, Rey Mysterio. I want to point out the entrances on both sides were absolutely golden.
They were beautiful.
Holy cow, him being brought out in the paddy wagon with his father's mask and having to be cuffed and uncuffed and coming out of the cell. It was great. It was great. It was fun. They really got to play with the ex-condom persona that they really built for him. It was great to see.
Aside from the fact that he was literally only in a holding cell for like 5 hours.
By himself.
Probably by himself.
And was probably still a prison wife.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, moving into the next, because again, I gotta talk about this
talk about
next
the
entrance. The homage that he played for one of his best friends coming out in Snoop's Lowrider, hitting his theme, Eddie's theme music.
Yes.
Because I want to put, as soon as that, like they started with a Snoop Dogg song. Yeah. And I'm sitting there just, 1, 2, 3 to the I'm sorry. And then they make the entrance and you hear Vive la Raza. I about fell out.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you were here. You watched me get emotional.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this is the best thing in the world. Yeah. The greatest thing ever. I think he could have done with a better mask.
Yes.
Like it really did bother me. Mm-hmm. But if that is the only takeaway I really have, like only minor issue I have.
The only bad takeaway from this entirety of it.
But like getting that and then hearing them announce him as Hall of Famer. Something just felt so right about that. Mm-hmm. So right.
I do agree.
But yeah, oh my god, the entrance was great. Let's get into the match where they really wasted no time going at each other. I thought there was going to be a lot more hesitation on Raven.
No.
He said, nah, skip it.
He said at the Hall of Fame speech,
I'm going to take care of business.
He made Dominic look
oh amazing. My god, no, he made him look like a stud. Let's talk about the moment he had Dom in the corner and he pulled out the belt.
He pulled off his belt and beat his
spanked him. It was hilarious. Imagine getting spanked by about 81 by your father in front of about 81,000 people.
And not to mention everybody watching around the world.
The millions of people literally watching around the world. That was hilarious.
It was.
You got to see Dom kind of get into it with his mom and sister in the front row.
Mhm.
He threw a drink on his sister. His sister was about ready to tear him up.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. She was gonna tear him up. I was like, hold on.
She got halfway up.
Hold
the
on.
barricade.
I know what it's like to have siblings. I know that moment. As soon as he did that, he retreated because he knew he messed up.
It's a good thing that this is a storyline, and we said it during this. It's a really good thing that this is a storyline because that is a Latino mom, and she would have brought up the chancla.
I mean, she smacked him. She smacked him. The referee watched outside interference. It was like, I'm not going to call for the bell for disqualification. She's an older Hispanic mother. That means the chocolate gets thrown at me if I call for this bell. He knew.
He was smart. It also looked like the ref might have been of...
I'm pretty sure the ref was also Hispanic.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised. He looked of Hispanic descent. So you know.
He knows what the chocolate is.
He knew. He knew just to leave it alone. Let it happen. But the fact that Aaliyah had to have both her mom and her dad push her back into the crowd. Nah, bro.
We ain't about to do this right now.
Nah, she was messing up.
She was.
Going into the match, you saw involvement from the Judgment Day to the surprise of absolutely no one.
They got involved as a minor distraction, but they really didn't get as involved as I thought they were going to.
That's because they didn't really have the chance.
They were more towards the end of the match, I would say.
I would say, yeah, because Legado also came up. The LWO, the New Latin World Order, decided they were going to come out and were like, nah, we're going to even the playing field. And took care of them almost immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Dom also did, after hearing his dad talk about how much Eddie meant to him, did go for Three Amigos. I'm so glad Ray stopped that almost immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Ray picking up the 619 and the Frog Splash to help him walk off and out of LA with a victory over his son.
I'm hoping that we can finally lay this
this whole thing is officially to rest. Granted, Dom's gonna be all up in his chest on Monday and have something to say, and I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna laugh because it's gonna be funny.
But this needs to be
all right. But this story is Dunsky.
I'm hoping so. You could see how long they've been dragging out the Judgment Day versus Edge thing. So we never know.
Please, Lord, let it end WrestleMania Night 2.
All right. Taking us into the next match, I will state that in the match beforehand, we did not see Mommy, Miss Rhea Ripley, as her match was up next and she needed to prepare for that. The SmackDown Women's Championship on the line, the Queen Charlotte Flair versus Mommy Rhea Ripley.
I want to point out that this was initially the main event of night 1. And we, the fans, were like, nah, bro. This needs to not be it.
I mean, y'all, the fans, I didn't care either way.
Oh, no, the fans definitely believed their way into...
Wouldn't be the first time you've said.
Oh, no, it's not the first one. It ain't going to be the last.
No. Social media is a very big thing.
Oh, yeah.
This match was absolutely beautiful. There were so many times where you could not tell who was going to win this, and I'm entirely okay with that. There was a lot of hard hitting. There was a lot of, dare I say it, brutality. I knew you'd chuckle at that one. But this match told any and everything that it needed to, for the simple fact of this was a queen's dominance versus somebody who had something to say against it.
Oh yeah, this was definitely I have everything to gain and nothing to lose at this aspect.
Yes. Rhea Ripley, as we said in the pre-show, 0-2 against Charlotte Flair going into this match. She literally had every reason to win this. She had no reason to lose.
There is something I want to point out about this match real quick. If you want, this is the first match, especially in Mania's history, where the production was all women.
Yes.
The ring announcer,
women.
Referee,
woman.
competitors.
Woman.
All women. Beautiful moment.
It absolutely was. Going to the very end of the match, you can see that it's starting to wear on both of them. They're getting very tired, but they know that they need to keep this up. Charlotte Flair goes to the top, or goes to the turnbuckles, to get on the second rope to try and hit what I can only assume would be probably another moonsault off the top rope. As she's getting there, Rhea comes up, smacks her head onto the top turnbuckle, completely knocking Charlotte out.
Oh yeah, she became dead weight after hitting the post.
She hit the post. Rhea says, "This is my moment. I need to do this." Grabs Charlotte and hits an avalanche riptide off the second rope and pins her 1, 2, 3 to become your new SmackDown Women's Champion.
You know, I don't normally and absolutely love this.
Yes.
Absolutely love this. For her, you know the women's division is in good hands with Rhea. And normally I don't like to necessarily share a lot of their social media tweets.
Yes.
But post-match,
yes,
I'm going to read off a tweet that Charlotte did send out.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, "Thank you, WWE Universe. I may have lost tonight, but I know in my heart the championship is in good hands. Proud of you," and then tags Rhea Ripley. She also went on to, thank our lady ref, Jess, the incredible referee, and thanks Jason Jordan for producing that match.
Honestly, the most beautiful thing about this match wasn't even entirely to me what happened during it to show off what these women can do.
Oh no, it was
100%
the very end. After Rhea picks up the win, Charlotte rolling out the ring, and all you see is a smile and a look of pride and joy towards the ring.
It brings a tear to your eye for watching these women go from divas to superstars to exactly what they are
now. The evolution of what has become this women's division.
Yes.
And again, the change, the passing of the torch, if you will.
Yeah.
Was definitely there. I think with the most recent tweets, especially with the, "Hey, I know the championship is in good hands," I think Charlotte's looking at taking some time off.
And she definitely deserves it.
Oh yeah, she's helped carry the women's division for a really long time, and I think she can rest easy at night knowing the right
women are taking over.
Exactly. We are in a really good spot. Also, she did give her input on Night 2's women's title match, and she definitely has Asuka.
All right. Well,
which is funny.
We will have to wait and see for that one. Obviously, we'll be covering that.
I mean, why not put over your former tag team partner?
Okay. All right. Take us to what happened after this match. Kind of gave us a moment to breathe.
So out comes Snoop and Miz to announce the attendance: 80,497 people. Snoop tells him that night would have only have been better had he had a match. And Miz, talking out his rear, like usual, talks about how he put out an open challenge on social media, but nobody responded. And then, to the surprise of everyone, the dismay of Corey Graves, everybody's enjoyment, Pat McAfee returned at Mania Night 1, comes down to the ring, looks at Miz, and is like, "Yo, I've been scouring all social media platforms, all of them. I ain't seen not one tweet, Instagram, whatever, about an open challenge that you issued. But if you would like somebody to kick your head in, kick your butt right here tonight, I can be the guy." Miz is like, "Well, I'm only a host. I don't have the power to make matches official," which is a lie.
Yes.
Which is a lie. Miz, you were just scared. Thankfully, Snoop was there to be like, we have a ref out here. Let's do it.
Because Snoop is co-host.
Exactly. Snoop was just like, let's do it. And guess what? The match is made official. Miz is completely getting his tiny balls kicked in. That was a fun chant to get started before the match, by the way. Tiny balls. tie. Anyway, I'm not going to continue.
Thank you.
He gets into it. Miz is thrown to the outside. Gets into it with tight end George Kittle, the 49ers. Referee is distracted by McAfee. George Kittle jumps the barricade and hits him with a clothesline. Throws him back in. So assist George Kittle. Winner, Pat McAfee. Miz was not too happy about that because he did announce on TikTok that he will never again pick George Kittle in fantasy football. That was hilarious,
Oh,
by the
Lord.
way.
All right.
But McAfee picks up a win, shuts up the Miz. Everybody but Corey Graves is happy. And the Miz.
I entirely agree. That was a very good segment.
Very great impromptu match.
Yes. I think we needed that moment of just happy after the whole Charlotte Flair Rhea Ripley match.
No,
everybody was so invested, they just needed that moment to breathe.
Right, like that took a lot out of us, man.
Especially since our main event. Let me announce it and you can take from there.
Okay.
All right. We have the Undisputed Tag Team Championships on the line. The Usos against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And before Pyro gets into talking about the match, I do want to mention that not a lot of people had seen it, but on either of Kevin and Sami's ring attire, they had marquees from each other.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
I almost didn't notice.
So headphone warning. We know this is going to be loud. Pyro, take us through this match.
WrestleZaynia is alive! Thank you. So in what was a story come full circle.
Storybook match.
Best friends finally reuniting. Jimmy and Jay trying to end a problem, trying to get the thorn out of their side that has been there for almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell the emotion. Jimmy, Jay with Sami at any given point while they are beating him down, they're like, why wouldn't you just fall in line?
Yep.
Why couldn't you just keep your mouth shut? Why wouldn't you just stay with us? We called you family. We were there for you. All of it.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
Yep.
You really tugged at the heartstrings because they're not wrong. They really was there for this man. They really was ride or die. They brought him into the fold. They cared for him. They elevated him. The fact that it took Jay so long to finally give him acceptance, but finally gave him the acceptance. It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt everybody when the day came that Jay finally returned and made his decision.
Yes.
To see him be like, you thought one thing, he swerved us and gave us the other. Birthing this match. Birthing the story. I'm calling him Super Sami because this man kicked out of 3 1Ds, 97 super kicks, Uso splash. This man at this point
really went for it.
This man was like, I'm pretty sure some of this was just a nervous twitch at this point. How the heck this man was still standing at the end of all of it?
You also got to think about all the bullets that he took for the
bloodline. Oh, absolutely. This man took bullet after bullet after bullet after bullet.
I'm assuming this man is bulletproof.
Girl, get out my head. Because this man really was. This man took bullets. Countless bullets for Jimmy, for Jay, for Solo, for Roman, for Heyman. For Paul freaking Heyman. By the way, I know this is going to be a little off topic but they did, announce next year's location, Philadelphia, birthplace of ECW, Paul Heyman, Hall of Fame, 2024. Make it freaking happen. Thank you.
Anyways,
now
back to the match.
I needed that moment.
Yes.
Surprisingly, I'm going to say this. No interference from Solo. Solo was nowhere to be found.
Neither was the Wise Man.
Exactly. Really, really surprising to me. But then again, they're focused. They're focused on night 2.
Yes.
Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes.
And they need to be.
Oh, yeah.
It's another big threat to the bloodline.
Oh, yeah. So going through, you see a few power bombs. To end the match. To put it all away. And I said it at the beginning of the match. This match ends. I said it during the pre-show. This match ends with Kevin and Sami, picking up the win, and Sami being the one needing to pick it up for the team.
Yes.
3 haluva cakes later. To Jey Uso, might I add. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, new undisputed tag team champions, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
They officially, the Usos' reign comes to an end at 612 days.
Very impressive. Very impressive. Take nothing away from the Usos. They have been really dominant tag team champions. And it's not like you can say they haven't been defending them, because they've defended them twice as much as their cousin.
Oh, no, I totally agree.
Every chance
21 defenses. This is their 5th WrestleMania that they walked into as the tag team champions. And their cousin will be walking into his 3rd WrestleMania under 1 reign.
That's insane. That's insane. Now, I want to point out, after a 5-year hiatus with no tag team gold.
With no gold in general.
Picking up their first tag team gold in their WWE careers, Kevin Owens not only gets gold, but after a 5-year drought without it, is Grand Slam champion. Thank you.
I know you were very excited about
that. I was so, that was my whole take. I was like, wait a minute. Kevin Owens just won. He's a Grand Slam champion. Yes. He's Grand Slam champion. Post-match, I want to point out that they really did thank a lot of people in, what was their press? PWG. He gave
you got to see all the emotions.
Oh, yeah.
In the ring when they were getting ready to leave.
Even Sami's wife was crying. And during their press conference. Getting to see him celebrate that moment with his wife, by the way, great. Kevin Owens gave all the respect to, the Usos being such great champions, being such a great tag team. But he also said it. There are 2 men that helped them get to where they were. I want to point out that Michael Cole referenced Sami Zayn's El Generico days.
Yes.
He referenced the time outside of WWE.
There's been a lot of that lately.
I want to point out, though, that Ring of Honor and Supercard of Honor also did the same thing when bringing up Roderick Strong.
Yes.
Current NXT guy. Mm-hmm. But, them bringing up his past, Kevin Owens saying that there are 2 guys absolutely influential, helped them get to where they are today. Mark and Jay Briscoe talks and then reiterates and talks about Jay's death.
Yes.
I absolutely love that they were allowed to do that on a WWE platform, because those guys were never WWE. They will never have been WWE.
I think there's a lot of differences now when it comes to the Triple H's reign over WWE versus what we had with Vince McMahon.
Oh, yeah. Because personally, I think had it been Vince still in charge, he wouldn't have. The Usos probably still would have walked out of Hollywood champions. But with all of this being said,
I have a couple things I got to ask you.
Ooh.
I wanted to go through this to end our podcast today. So, and I got to pick your brain. I love doing it, and I love putting you on the spot. You know that.
All right.
We're going to talk specifically Night 1 Mania.
Okay.
Best match.
Rhea Charlotte.
All right. Best entrance.
Eddie. I mean Rey. Rey's tribute entrance.
Tribute to Eddie. Okay.
To Eddie.
Best attire.
I was going to say honorable mention. Comic book. Trios
match.
You know what I mean.
Best attire.
Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair
Easily had the best attire.
I thought you would have gone Usos.
Nah, Charlotte Flair. You know me. I'm not as in depth with with all
the outfits. Yep.
The attire, but Charlotte Flair's for what's and I'm not saying Like how this stuff doesn't look good, but this really made her look good.
Okay. Best moment.
Full circle ending of the show.
All right. Best performer of the night.
Becky G, America's Beautiful.
All right. And to
Because
end...
definitely want Lil Uzi Vert. Man, out here looking like Batman.
And to end off this list, and I will be asking you these again for night 2, your OMG moment of the night.
McAfee return.
All right. And there
actually, no. I think my OMG moment is them putting over Theory instead of Cena.
All right, then. I guess we will have to just wait and see.
Honorable mention being McAfee's return.
We'll have to wait and see what you say about night 2.
Oh, night 2.
That's going to be one hell of a podcast, as we are also hitting 1 year.
I was going to say that officially marks our 1 year episode of Wrestling Crossroads. Is our recap episode of Mania Night 2.
And we have some
big news. A lot in store for you guys that we will be announcing all as soon as we wrap up talking night 2.
Wrap up, pre-hand, whatever we decide. You'll be hearing it for night 2, but we do have a lot coming, and I'm very proud of where we are.
Oh, I am too, and it's only getting better.
All right, guys, we will see you for our recap of WrestleMania Night 2.
Later.